Based on the data presented by the Program for International Student Assessment 2018, in the education sector, Indonesia is in the 6th lowest rank out of 79 countries. Quite low, isn't it? But before I really get into the material, let me address myself and greet all of you. Greetings to the committee who hold this perfect event, to the adjudicators, and to the ladies, also the gentlemen. Today I, Felice, will take up a really important matter which I want you to guess. Yes, of course, we'll be talking around the education, but there's one more to be specific. Well, you see, when we're talking around the education, we can't forget about the online learning. And when we're discussing things connected to distance learning, we can't go off by not talking about the pandemic that is happening right this time. Lastly, if we're talking about the pandemic, we must have talked about the cure. Yes, it's vaccine. I know, some of you are probably confused as to why this vaccine can be connected to studying. Here, let me tell you some of my points. The online learning that we've been doing for more than 1 year or even 1.5 years has made most of us earn nothing. A lot of the students have been looking for a method to cheat by using two devices, notes or books. Studying might be the last option they do to pass the exam, for some of them of course. But the students aren't the only ones to be blamed. Teachers are becoming more and more not aware of the students' mental health since they cannot see them face to face. Even some of the teachers up to this day don't even teach their disciples correctly. Giving a YouTube video to let them learn is just some of the things they did and thought that it could help their pupils. But no, it did not. Our systems are becoming more and more messed up day by day. Moreover, some of the students don't have access to the internet, nor the equipments that are needed. Not all of them live in a big city. There are a big amount of them who live in the village or the countryside. And not all of them have the money to fulfill all of those that are needed. Those who face this kind of problems cannot learn like the normal days before the virus attack. It'll be really hard for them to survive their school life. The worst possible thing that could happen is them dropping out of school since they cannot provide any of the materials they need to have. Remember, this is not my opinion. It is a fact spoken by the Indonesian Child Protection Commission. These circumstances have been happening before, and unfortunately, the situation is going downhill. In other words, worsening. The virus has snatched their rights to study and learn. Not paying the tuition fee for their lack of money is just some of the reasons why they quit. And you might notice this because I've been repeating it for a lot of time. The other sectors, such as the economy, are also affected by the pandemic. Plenty of companies forcibly lay off their workers. Just imagine a worker was fired, but they had a child, a teenager in senior high school. You know, they're pretty sensitive. We humans could feel stressed by just thinking of our loved ones' problems. We have empathy, we have sympathy. It's normal. Imagine how the kids feel. This stress could affect their grades and mental health, even can cause them to end their life since they're tired. Then, how do we fix this, or how do we end this? Of course, by ending the pandemic by providing vaccines to the populace. We need to prioritize the distribution as it is our plan A and literally the only way we can retrieve the country from these hardships. We need to distribute it immediately before there are more and more victims each day. Remember, the information I've said in the start, Indonesia's education is almost at the bottom of the line. And don't forget too that this is according to the 2018 data. What about the 2021? Our method of studying and learning ever since the pandemic hit is not getting better. I can even say that it got worse, and I've delivered the reasons as to why I say this beforehand. On 13 June to 18 July 2021, the COVID case is going uphill, reaching its peak. If we don't supply the folks with the cure, or if we don't try to create a stumbling block, this case will keep going up each day. The community activities restriction enforcement held in Indonesia ought to be obeyed by the Indonesian citizen. But no, some are still hanging around, somewhere with their masks off, not even believing that COVID even existed. Everyone without exception must be vaccinated. Rest assured guys, the vaccine is safe. The government still have to be more strict and forceful because, not all of people are obedient. Just imagine how amazing it is to be back to normal, when we finally have a chance again to increase the quality of our education, since it's pretty concerning. It might be also easier for us to receive support from other countries that rank high in education, such as Canada, Finland, or Japan. The amount of students and teachers exchange, imagine that. Our generation will have a bigger and brighter future. All of the things I state are facts, and I hope that this might make you more aware to the chaos happening in our education system, and please open your mind. I'm Felice, and thanks for your attention.